What is going on, Governors? Chisgule here. And today, after a full day of warring, we're relaxing at the Dark Altar. If you like Rise of Kingdoms guides that help you get value and smash your enemies, consider subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. Man, it's been a crazy day. Normally we post a video at noon. We were a little bit busy doing some stuff in game. And by some stuff, I mean fighting all day long. We got a ton of footage. There'll be a lot of video showcasing just an unbelievable amount of fighting. Flag, rallies, defenses. Maybe we'll go through some of the reports. Maybe we'll go through some of the reports now, just as sort of like a, I don't know, a teaser of videos to come. Good to see you all. We're mostly here to hang out. We are going to talk about Light and Darkness Stage 5. So we'll chronicle kind of here's what that contains so that for the record, people can go check out this video and see, okay, this is what that stage is going to mean for me. So welcome, folks in the chat. Good to see you here. I'm just going to take this link and share it with some folks in my own Discord. Link is in the description for that if you haven't already checked it out and joined to get all the sweet goodies contained within. A lot of cool people there talking about jumping and KvK and combat tactics, Q&A, the whole 9 yards. Man, we are ready for action. Although, where did my content channel go? I'll find it eventually. I'm mostly going to focus in on answering your questions while we're just sort of hanging out here. And I'm also going to spin the Wheel of Fortune. That's right. We've got a Wheel of Fortune over here with, boom, all our spins left for today. We're going to do all the spins today. We're going to take it up to 80 and then stop. I feel like that's the value point. Also, I'm totally about to sneeze. Didn't get to mute in time. That's totally fine. All right. So we're hanging out at the Altar of Darkness. This is worth a bunch of honor, which we don't really need for our alliance and for ourselves. And if we just kind of pull up some of the goodies that you can get, there is one item that drops from this that's kind of unique. It's a weapon. I don't think it's all that important, but there is a weapon pattern that drops from here. Otherwise, some standard fare for your goodies here. Sajan looking for a shout out. Well, here's a shout out to you. Melvin, hello. Member of the channel. Thank you for being a member of the channel. Zesty Noodle and Legacy 89 with the hype. AB to Beast. Thanks for being here. Whew, it's been crazy. AB to Beast, thank you for the $2 super chat. Don't got enough for member, but keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And your long-term support. AB to Beast has been hanging out with the channel for a really long time. So we're hanging out over here. I gotta fix my volume real quick. Bada boom. At the Altar of Darkness. Someone says, Ronnie almost got zeroed. I'll send you a report to your restart. Wow. That's wild. That's wild. Ooh, boy. Yeah, KvK is a dangerous place. KvK is a very dangerous place. If you think you know what you're doing, I don't know, man. I mean, there are times where I feel like, what can I really handle? What's actually reasonable? What's the right thing to do? What's the right place to be? But by battling for hours on end, hopefully we can get you some really cool advice based on our own experience on the front lines of just a crazy amount of combat. Is Salad and Khan a good pair? Yes, it is. Tanky pair. What's better on my Pelagius Minamoto March? Windswept with proc or Iset's Sufferance with proc? I like Iset's Sufferance, especially for rallies, but if you need to be moving around the field, then go for the March speed, and that's fine too. What's a good talent tree build for Khan? We can show a couple that we have that we're using here. Let me instead, as I move back into the box here, showcase the equipment choices I've made on my own Attila. Here's the equipment we have on Attila. I mean, it's looking pretty fresh these days, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, it's looking pretty fresh. And instead of using gloves that have movement speed, I'm using a set sufferance for the bigger punch, especially for rallies, but even in open field contests. So that's what we're doing right now, and we're hanging out right over here at the Altar of Darkness. Question, how do we counter those huge commanders? We're on Tommy and Mighty Governor. So to answer your question, Max, what I'll say is that, Tamaris is not all that game-changing. People are going to use a lot of Edward E-Song, and if you let an Edward Tamaris rally go uncontested, they're going to do a lot of work. But the way you handle Tamaris is to swarm it, is to counter-rally it, and it just can't sustain in the way that other rallies can. So I think that's your clean answer for Tamaris. And honestly, of all the commanders I've collected, she does add skill damage. That does seem really, really good for situations where you are in Ark of Osiris and you want to, make it so the structure takes extra damage. This fourth skill is what's going to get that to you, but she's a pretty low on the totem pole investment priority for me, anyways, at this moment in time. No more. Interesting. Cool. What's next after I max E-Song? So after you max E-Song, I think there's a couple really good choices, and I have a whole video about this. I have a couple of these. Looks like somebody's city is getting rallied. Awkward. Like I said, you got to stay on territory, people. You got to stay on territory. Rep. I'm free to play. Should I do wheel or something else? I didn't answer the last question, actually. So I have this video, very detailed guidance, on the exact sequence of legendaries you should invest in. It's in my ultimate playlist. I think it's called Ultimate Guides. But my recommendation is that after you expertise E-Song, you either do Richard I to 5511, or you do Alex or Constantine. Now, in that video, I make the argument that Constantine's really solid, and I do still feel that way. However, I'll just say that Alex is a lot easier to get for people. So if you're looking to move in on that plan sooner, but you're really not able to contest Mighty Governor at all to get a couple sculpts kind of here and there and then get the unlock, then Alexander the Great is a phenomenal choice, and you won't regret investing in Alexander the Great. The skills are just so good. They're so good. AB to Beast reminding folks to drop a like on the video if you're enjoying it, and I appreciate that. Consider subscribing for that daily Rise of Kingdoms video fix. We've been at war. We're going to have a ton of war content. It's going to be really fun to review all that stuff when it comes in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we got a couple things we're going to do in this video. Like I was saying, we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to hang out at the Altar of Darkness. I thought we'd have some fighting. And we need to chronicle Light and Darkness Stage 5. Now, Light and Darkness Stage 5 is basically a Mighty Governor kill event for many days. 4 days total, to be exact. The point structure, I believe, is exactly the same as a Mighty Governor. And the reward tiers go as follows, looking very similar to what we've seen previously as rewards. Now, those are threshold rewards. There's also rank rewards. And based on how you do, you can get some pretty good stuff. Let's get a look here. If you are in the winning camp, it's the same things that you've been seeing in all of the other, light versus darkness stages. So there's some value to having a good placement in there. And even the losing camp is going to get some pretty decent stuff. All the way at the top, there is a legendary material chest, which is pretty solid, honestly. So Light and Darkness, Stage 5, is also going to give you, I guess it's worth mentioning, a lot of Saluna coins. And you turn those Saluna coins into boatloads of honor. Just unbelievable amounts of honor. Looks like another city getting rallied. Man, people got to get on territory. How do you counter an Edward E-Song rally? I mean, you counter rally it. You got to counter rally it. I would counter rally an Edward Esong using cavalry. Realistic combo at that stage of the game would be Khan and Cao. It's Khan and double C. You also could honestly like Minamoto and CC. You're really looking to get as much damage as possible. I'll say that a Minamoto or Khan or Cao Cao rally, like they're going to be very squishy as a counter rally, but it's going to have very high damage, which is what you really want. Okay. Where the fight at? I don't know. I thought we were going to fight over here. I thought that was a thing. Instead, it looks like there are a couple cities getting rallied. Well, let's see here. Wait, who's rallying who? Yeah, I think I am Tom, who's over here. 41 million power. So that's... Who's rallying who? Are they on territory? They're on territory. So a 41 million power player is rallying a 31 million power player. Okay. It's a fascinating world we live in. Check the picture I sent you? Oh boy. We're not going to be opening up chat during the live stream. Let me tell you that. In-game chat is going to stay closed. Let's see. Those two commanders, you probably have a Cao Cao and Minamoto maxed. Saladin would also be good. Sure, Saladin would be good. Saladin would be a much more tanky counter rally. I mean, like, I would say Saladin should maybe be the secondary. Have a calm primary to get more damage out of the deal, and Saladin's really there to add tankiness to your counter rally. That, to me, feels like a good choice. So if we get back into the action here, we're hanging out over here. There's a couple things we can do while we're here. One of the things that we will do is maybe get a look at some of the reports that we've been involved in, and I sort of favorite those as we go. This happens to be, an empty flag, and this is something, by the way, that happens like in every kingdom, is like somebody doesn't get the memo that they're not supposed to be in the flag while everyone else in your kingdom is out. So, I know that we've had that happen where we've got somebody in the flag and they were supposed to be out of the flag, and it happens. Devils, good to see you in the chat. Impromptu live stream late at night. Not normally when we stream, but this is when we're streaming today because we've been battling like crazy defending our passes in Kingdom vs. Kingdom Season 4 of Light and Darkness. It's been wild. Today I maxed Saladin all skills. Congratulations, Legacy 89. Just going free to play. Should I spin Esong? You definitely should unlock Esong. Report from passes are insane. They sure are. Somebody shared a report with me. Hold on. I'll show it to you. It's going to take me a second. Here. I'm going to make this go away. And we're just going to pull up this picture that I took. Okay. Boom. So this happened. If you can believe it, this happened. Not in my KvK. This is not my KvK. Okay. But someone sent me this picture and I was like, oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on here. with Wu Zetian Esong. Oh my gosh. What a rally. Oh my gosh. Spartan, what's going on? Man, it's been crazy. This has been totally crazy. Legacies, shared his message, working on Esong. Yeah, Esong's a great choice, Legacy. Chisgule, we watched all your streams for the past 2 to 3 days. Why cut? That is fantastic. Thank you for that. I appreciate your support. Let's make it back over here to the game. Bada boom. flip that back on. Whew. I woke up to some combat there, but looks like it's just the regular stuff, the creeps, the mobs. All right. Did we like woo is just used to hold off till better people can get online? I mean, like, maybe they were just trying to get rid of some siege units? I don't know. I don't know. She literally doesn't care on troop type. That is true. That is true. When is the next KvK war video coming? Probably tomorrow. We're overdue. Probably tomorrow. I think I've got it in a pretty good place to show that off. Yeah, I think I do. We are going to spin the wheel today, for those of you just joining. We are going to make our way through some of these reports that were today. This is one from today. It's an Attila Takeda rally that I led. Oh, wow. I should have saved this one for the video where it actually happens. This was definitely the most positive trade we had all day, I think. And they had a Charles Martel Sun Tzu in the garrison as the captain for a while. So that was the problem in this report. I think, is that, for a time, right? And that was very uncharacteristic, right? Like, most rally reports are even, or they are like slightly in our favor or slightly in their favor, right? Like the players in 210, like they know what they're doing. This happens to be an instance where we just happen to catch the wrong captains at play. And if we look at the troop buffs here, we're, 278% attack to their, 154% attack, because they have mostly infantry. And I mean, so like, obviously this is not supposed to be the captain with an odd expertise Martel. Game is frozen. Wait a minute. Well, that's really awkward. How long have I been talking and you're seeing nothing? Huh. All right. Back we go. It's been a day, fam. We'll fix it. Your game froze, Chisgule. Well, the game is working for me. But apparently the old connection to the iPad is not. Which is awkward. And now we're back. Cool. We're good to go now. Thanks for keeping it honest, chat. Let's see. Oh boy, bunch of questions. No one saw the reports after the lag. Ridiculous. All right, here's the report. That I was saying, and this is uncharacteristic of most of the reports, okay? This is not characteristic. Technical difficulties, dude. Tell me about it. And I'm even standing. Am I standing in front of the numbers? Can you see them? Probably not cleanly. Hold on. There we go. I think that's good. Should I have Ramses 5511? We can get a look at Ramses. We can talk about Ramses. So what I was pointing out here is that, like, clearly, like, not a T5 player, probably anyways. Like, the Martel's not expertise. And they did swap the garrison. It looks like at some point it was Pelagius Baibars. Wait, no. That's swarming the rally. What else happens in here? They did switch the captain mid-report. In there. Yeah, I think that's really not reflected. They definitely had a better captain pretty quickly in that report, but that's kind of how that happened. This next report is a long one, it looks like. It's a rally report. Oh, yeah, maybe not that long of a report at all, but maybe it got swarmed. This is, I would argue, still not characteristic because it looks like we caught another captain out here in this rally. This part of the rally, I think, is more characteristic, where it's honestly pretty even. It's honestly pretty even overall. Um, and I think, obviously a Richard Charles is probably not the pick. But if I remember this correctly, they actually swapped to an Artemisia E-Song in the middle. If I remember correctly, they switched to an Artemisia E-Song, and oh wow, neither is Expertise. So I think the reason this looks as even as it does is because they did make that switch. And maybe this front part is the part over here that is representative of maybe the wrong combo being in there. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. We did, I remember, take a counter rally for quite some time, and it was in Alexander the Great Ethelfled, and we did more damage to the counter rally than they did to the rally. But, I mean, obviously they're still helping out their defense, which is a, good thing to be doing. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Working on Wu. Who should I put her with on my wall? What skill level is better than a maxed Richard E-Song? I don't know at what point you would say, even though my Richard is Expertise and my E-Song is Expertise, I'd rather have a Wu. I feel like, let's look at Wu real quick. Let's just look at the Wu and make a call on that. So her second skill is going to give you 10% more damage and 10% more damage to rallied armies in particular. So it's an upward of like 20% more damage. So if you had the first skill maxed and the second skill maxed, I mean, she'd be pretty good. Man, I mean, if you have 3 skills maxed, you're definitely cooking with gas here. I would say, like, she's definitely better as 5-5, 5-1. And she might be better as 5-5-1-1. But I'm not convinced of that. I'm not entirely convinced that just the first 2 skills maxed is going to be better. And the downside of using a Richard on your wall is that Richard does healing, which means you're going to bring more of your troops back to get injured, which is not good. Monster Inc. with the 48 pound and 99 cent donation. This game drains my bank account. No dinner for the kids tonight. What? Well, you certainly shouldn't make such big super chats if that's really the case. But I get where you're going with the hyperbole there. I appreciate the donation. This game is a pretty big expense potentially, depending on how you play it. I do appreciate that super chat. My recommendation for most folks when I'm making a video about spending is like when I'm talking about value and, right now we've got the Lucky to Be Together bundle and we've got the Mighty Conqueror bundle and we've got these recharge rewards, is that like, yeah, if you're spending in a mobile game, like these are ways you can get value, but, saving for retirement and, taking care of your family and putting food on the table. Like those are obviously some priorities here. People, sometimes joke, it's like, do I eat or do I buy a bundle? And it's like, you eat, obviously. Obviously. But yeah, I'm no financial advisor, but please do spend responsibly if you are spending in a mobile game. iPad Mini 2019, good for fighting in KvK. I don't need lag in fighting. So I don't know how a 2020 or a 2019 iPad will do, rather. I can tell you that my 2020 iPad is really fantastic. I've enjoyed using it. Yeah. Devil says, what is Mighty Conqueror? Oh. So the Mighty Conqueror bundle, I made a video about a couple days ago, and it is a KvK related bundle, I believe. And the thing that's interesting about this bundle is it starts out mostly healing speed ups, which means for most people, you really shouldn't buy it. And then toward the end, you start to get a bunch of universals and healing speed ups. It's got a teeny bit more resources tied to it than other bundles, and it's got some gold keys. All in all, I think a solid bundle and a pretty decent amount of speed ups contained in that bundle. Vanish, I got 90 million kills with a 5-5-2 or 1-2 Minamoto. Holy moly, that's a lot of kills. Should I spin the wheel or something else? Depends on what wheel. Depends on what wheel, if you want the commander. I think it's good to unlock most commanders, but if you're, free to play and really being cautious with your gems, I'd say E-Song and like Richard I are generally must, but others you can be a little more flexible with. We're just getting a peek at my city here. Everything's looking good. We've got all our buffs. We're looking good. Cool. How did Artemisia defend against Attila Takeda? I think well. It's hard to break out the portion of this report that was the Artemisia E-Song portion. But I think well. I think it can work. Let's see here. The next report. This one was kind of unusual. Jen rallied with a Guan Alex against Charles Artemisia. And I think that they, in this particular instance, were having some trouble keeping the garrison full, which is why this looks positive. Again, this is not what most reports look like. This is just a small number. And the Artemisia here is not expertised. So I think they probably would have been better with something else. I see what they're trying to do here, which is to like boost your damage and then get more damage over here. And I bet you they got some AoE value from the Artemisia. I'll tell you something about Kingdom versus Kingdom, right? Is that the more of them you do, it seems like the less people know about how E-Song works and like how AoE works out of a flag. And like maybe I don't understand how it works either, but if you get hit with flag AoE, it seems to do a lot of damage. And you have a lot of troops die. Artemisia E-Song did good in Gecko's stream today. He was defending. That's cool. It doesn't surprise me. Here's another rally. This one went pretty well. We've got Curious Tempest on the defense. And Constantine Martel is a very fine combination. That's a very fine combination. Yeah. Looks like somebody took deaths from the counter rally because they had too many troops in their hospital. And I honestly thought we would be fighting at the ruins. I had thought that that's what we would be doing here, but apparently we're just looking at reports. The next report is another Constantine and Martel, which is, look, like a very solid Attila Takeda defense, is to use your Constantine, is to use your Charles Martel. Really solid all around. Looks like they had a counter rally on it for some amount of time before I ultimately canceled. And, look, 2.2 million troops. That's a lot of troops in a counter rally, given that the rally can only be 1.65 or 1.5 million. Yeah. So those are the reports we have saved. We did a lot of field fighting as well that, like, I don't know. I also get scouted a lot. I don't know how much field fighting. Wow, I get scouted a lot. There's probably some field fighting we could showcase where, like, we get some pretty decent numbers that we put up. Yeah. We were murder balling here, so it looks like we put a lot of hurt to this one player. Jeez. We're running around with 4 or 5 marches, and we use all T4 because we spend so much time on the field fighting that, like, if I use T5, my healing cost would just be through the roof. It'd be way too high. Our kill count this KvK is sitting around 37.5 million. I don't know if we're going to make it to the 50 million to get the Faith level 5 reward. We'll see if we're able to pull that off. I'm not so sure if we're going to be able to make that happen. Cruising back into the chat here. One thing I struggle with is defining who to use a primary and who uses a secondary. So, the thing you get from the primary is the talent tree and the equipment. And that's the big upside of whoever your primary is. So you pick somebody based on which talents you think are more important. the equipment you're going to bring to the battle, but then also the sequencing of skills, right? So someone I think was defending with, we saw like a Charles Artemisia, and I commented that being in that order is significant because your Charles is going to boost your damage, and then Artemisia is going to use her active skill. So that's the other piece of the puzzle with finding a really good combo, is to say, like, hey, what sequence of skills do I want? Because once you have enough rage, you have the active skill of the primary, you have a second of downtime, and then you get the active skill of the secondary commander. What is the best garrison? What I think is interesting about the Rise of Kingdoms metagame right now is that I think it's more balanced than it has been in the past. I don't know that there's exactly one single correct best against everything garrison right now. There are things that I think are better than others, but I don't know that there is a meta garrison that is supremely like overpowering compared to like other things that people are doing. Card King is only for commanders you haven't gotten yet. You know, I spend my gems on Card King for commanders that I'm working on. I think it's better value still than buying them in the VIP shop. And I, for a time, was spending gems on legendary commander sculptures in the VIP shop. That is just way too expensive. A more reasonable price is over here in the Wheel of Fortune. So we'll spin this a couple times while we're hanging out here at the ruins. Should I upgrade attacking commanders or my farming ones? You know, if you haven't maxed your farming commanders, and by maxed I mean you take them like level 37, I would recommend that you do that, assuming that you've got the skills in a good place, right? Like you don't want to max a gathering commander potentially before you kind of max their second skill in a lot of cases. So I wouldn't rush them out, but I would work on them. Should I invest in Richard or wait for Esong as a free-to-play? You've got a choice there. I think if you want to go for the expertise skill on a legendary commander, go for Esong. That's going to take you a very long time. If you want a commander that you get more immediate value from and still holds value long-term, Richard the First going 5/5/1/1 is very, very solid. So we're going to spin the wheel again here. Spinning the wheel. So many building speed ups. Oh my gosh. Training speed ups, okay. Research speed ups, okay. Gold is great. We'll definitely take gold. This spin was pretty bad, actually. 3 of these things I didn't need. 2 of them I only sort of needed. I feel like this is the kind of luck that I have on this event. What is the best legendary to invest in first? I think Esong, but the thing that you're looking for is my ultimate guide on legendary commanders. The ultimate guides playlist is linked in the description of this video. Highly recommend that you go check out that playlist. It's got everything from going to 30 million power to T5 and beyond. So from starter to end game, we kind of cover it all in that guide. And they're long form videos with a table of contents in each video, so you can jump to literally whatever portion of the video is most valuable to you. All right. Let's keep the spinning going as I monitor the chat. We've got some food, which is solid. Research speedups. You know, I really hope that I'll have something to do with research speedups here. It does look like there's some combat behind me, so I'm just going to get a peek at that real quick. Okay, nothing much here, nothing much. We'll clear these out, and then we'll continue with the spins. So far, I would say this wheel is definitely not really paying out particularly nicely, but on average, it does do really well, so we're going to stick with it. Is Martel at 5/1/1/1 good? You know, check out my Charles Martel guide if you'd like more in-depth information on this, but the short answer is that if you could wait for a 5/5/1/1, you're going to get a lot more value out of that Martel. A lot more value out of that Martel. All right. We'll hit this guy over here. I don't think we'll get there in time. Show food at 150 likes. Chat loves to see my food. All I have left All I have left of my dinner is like a mostly empty plate. It's a mostly empty plate. I actually can't remember the name of the food I was eating, weirdly enough. It's very specific, and I can't remember the name of it. But if you really want to see what was on my plate, at 150 likes, I suppose I would show you what's still there. And then maybe you can help me figure out what the heck I was eating. I can't believe I can't remember the name of this type of food. Oh my gosh. Sorry, just trying to get some help. No, nothing to be sorry for. I wish they would make a list of stuff you can want on the wheel. That way it can be more specified for everyone's wheel. Ooh, a custom Wheel of Fortune. A custom Wheel of Fortune. That's cool. That's cool. We're going to claim the reward at the 10 spot. We at least get 5 sculptures out of the deal here, making it definitely worth to have done the spins, and we'll keep this going. We'll keep this going. Hey, it's a legendary commander sculpture. We found one. They do exist on the wheel. They do exist on the wheel. Hey, another one. All right. We got there. We got there. This spin is more what I would expect. A decent amount of value for 3,000 gems. I'm definitely getting a lot of upside in this spin. The odds, by the way, for the wheel are right over here. So there was a 1 in 4 chance every time we spin the wheel that we land on a legendary commander sculpture. Realistically, like, I should be landing on a legendary commander sculpture every, like, 5 spot. I should get at least 1, maybe 2. So we should be getting more of those. We should be getting more of those. I'm free to play, 30 million power. I have Sun Tzu as Garrison, but who do I use as a secondary commander? Richard 5551 or 4, or Isong 5100. I would say the Richard. Richard 5554 is really solid. It's really, really solid. I get what you're trying to do with the Isong, but your Isong's just not quite there yet. The Richard is definitely the best pick. And as soon as you got another really high power Garrison Legendary, I'd swap them in for the Richard. That's the way I would do that. That's the way I would do that. I personally am using this on my wall. We've got the Charles Martel and Isong. It's an oldie but goodie. The Isong punishes anybody near your city, and the Charles is really, really tanky. Really, really tanky. Good if you're getting hit by multiple people. There's probably better that you could do, but like it's very, very solid. It's very, very solid. Okay. Oh, I got some siege reports in my messages here. That's interesting. Let's go back to my troops real quick, which are just hanging out at the moment over here at the ruins. We're just hanging out at the ruins. No big deal. How's it going, chat? A bunch of people saying hi. How's it going, 50 Cal, Suki, Matt? Martel Isong, so damn good for tanking rallies. It's good. It's good. I mean, like, I would be using other commanders if I had them, which is a funny thing to say out loud when I'm sitting on so many sculptures. I still haven't spent them. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. We thought there was a really small chance, but there was a chance that this Mighty Governor cycle happening right now would have the new cavalry commanders, and I might want to go expertise them. So I have all these sculptures. I don't need them. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'll spend them soon. Christopher Kren, thank you for the CZK20 donation. Do you know what Do you know what a Klein bottle is? If yes, explain. I don't. And now I'm a little concerned. I don't. Nope. I don't know. But thank you for your super chat. I do seriously appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's your first legendary commander to max? I would recommend everybody does Isong. But I think for me, my first legendary was Double C. I'm pretty sure it was Cao Cao. Oh yeah, he's way up here. And I sort of regret that because Look how many Sao Sao sculptures I got from Gold Keys since then. 463. I guess technically my first legendary would have been Minamoto. I probably expertised him first, quite frankly. Aren't they holding off on Wheel and Mighty Governor? Yeah, I mean, we've got... Right now, we have a 5th Artemisia. We have a 5th Artemisia, which is, like, crazy. So it seems like 5 cycles is the new normal. And there's no commanders in here yet. So I don't know if, like, they're going to come in and add some new commanders that show up over here, or, you know, they've already patched them in, but they don't, you know, actually reveal them until they're ready, and they've got some server-side toggle that lets them control that. You know, whatever. Devils says, I need some advice for the Family Day event. I'm sitting on 40 days for research, and I need to use 2Ks for a blueprint. Should I speed them up and gem it for the chest? All epics are expertise. Now, wait a minute. For the Family Day event, let me just get a look here. The Family Day event. Are you referring to just over here? Speeding up research for this? Academic Elite? I mean, like, you're really not getting that much. Academic Elite would not be the reason that you feel you need to speed up research. I think you could do it if you wanted. But, you know, the 2 days of speed ups or whatever you get out of this is not enough reason to go all in on that. Yeah. And there's nothing in here that's all that special, right? Like, all that's fine. But let me know if there's a different event that you're thinking of there, Devils. Is there a damage cap? Seems like these 500 million power players don't output the damage they should when rallied. You know, Felix, it's not every day that a player of that magnitude gets rallied. I've heard rumor that there's scaling of damage, but I don't know if that's true or not. It's hard to say. It could be that when you reach a certain size that it does scale. Yes, and yes, okay, good. Okay, cool, Devils, I think I answered your question then. Because they would hit like 100 commanders at some point, and being new to the game, it wouldn't be fun. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it scales, but if it does, that would make sense. I want to join 1075 so badly, but I'm 50 million, and I don't know if I can get in. Yeah, we're Imperium, last I looked. Let's see if we're Imperium still. Who knows? That could be kind of interesting. We are. So when KvK ends, we're only going to be able to take players less than 25 million power. I'm definitely going to have to make a video about this because we will be recruiting players under 25 million power. We're going to make a big push for that. If you're interested, we'll find ways for you to get into the kingdom, into a good alliance, and I think this should be a lot of fun. 258, my home girls, with the glasses and the flex. Shrekify, thank you for the $2 Canadian super chat. Much appreciated. 258 is organized. They've got fighters. They go onto the field in a big group and they run around and do stuff. It's cool to watch. They are solid as a team. And speaking of solid as a team, with my teammates over here, I'm going to go hit this thing. All 3 of us that noticed it spawn in. Oh my gosh. Don't you get 3 applications for Imperium? I think we get... What do I got here? Anything good? Oh, there was a legendary. Oh, a 15-hour speed up. Ooh, 100 gems. Another 100 gems. All right. Cool. We got something. I didn't see the pattern drop that I was talking about earlier. I don't even know why I'm hunting it. I'm not even really hunting it. It's just like the only thing of value, sort of, but then it's not really all that valuable. So for Imperium, you get 1 application per month for players over 25 million power. So the kinds of folks that we will probably be looking to take are extremely knowledgeable, extremely active, moderate high power, and large volume of deaths. Those are the sorts of things that we're sort of probably going to look at to say, like, is this the right fit? And obviously, like, a good relationship with that person will make a difference too. Julius isn't in the meta anymore. That's definitely the case. Shrekify with a $2 Canadian donation saying, thanks, buds. Kind words. Keep up the good work. Thank you again for your super chat. You know, I haven't had a chance to chat with too many folks from 258. I haven't had a chance to talk with too many folks from 258, but I did get a message at some point, I think from Red Skull, saying some positive stuff, and it was good to chat with him for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. 258 seems pretty chill. 258 seems pretty chill. I'm debating in my head right now if I want to say something or not. I'm debating if I would want to say it or not. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know if I should say this or not. Gareth Rowlands, thank you for your membership to the channel. Becoming a member of the channel means you're supporting the channel financially on an ongoing basis, which is awesome, and I appreciate it. Let's get some hype emojis welcoming Gareth as a new member of the channel. I'm sure you've noticed that above my head, all the donations scroll in. Channel memberships is one of those things as well. Ankit in the chat, member of the channel, long time. He's got a badge that is a dark orange, maybe it's reddish, showcasing kind of how long they've been a member, which is pretty cool too. 258 invading. Too late, say it. I don't know. I mean, you know, what I was thinking, I was just thinking, you know, 258 seems like you got some good fighters. Could be interesting to work together sometime in the future. Just throw it out there as a thing that could be kind of cool. HS, if it's not a definite no, then it's a yes. Oh my gosh. AB the Beast with a $2 super chat with a shout out to 1856. Very nice. Shout out to you, 1856, and thank you for the super chat. Man, hype emojis. Wait a minute. Hey, that's Maljami. Maljami? Jammy? Darn it. Good to see you in the chat. Did I know you're a member of the channel? I don't know if I knew that, but I appreciate it a lot. Maljami's a member of the kingdom. Yeah, this is so ridiculous. I'm going to tell a little bit of your story. Hope it's okay. But you joined us in 75. We won KvK Season 3. Decided you want to get Wu Zetian, so you went to a kingdom to do that. And then shortly after that, Wu Zetian showed up in Card King. And so you came back, which is awesome. I'm glad you're back. Our intention is to build a warrior kingdom. Does that mean we'll win every KvK? Probably not. But it does mean that we'll fight really hard and have a lot of fun doing it. So appreciate your being here. Another warrior in the kingdom. In fact, as I recall, I was talking about using those special immigration chances that an Imperium kingdom gets one of every month. Pretty sure we used one of those to bring Maljami back to the kingdom. Can somebody tell me what the best rally combo is for Season 2 of KvK? So I would argue, and this may have changed, but I would argue that Alexander the Great and Charles Martel in Season 2 of KvK is really good. It's like really good. The way that the new timing for KvK seasons works, and I mention that because KvK only came out after the game had been out for a long time. So we had Season 1 of KvK when a bunch of really advanced commanders were already into the game. So Alexander the Great and Charles Martel are a really good combo, but they're kind of hard to have maxed out by that point in time. So, like, Alex Esong will be another good choice. Or if you're looking at cavalry, I remember Khan Cao Cao being savage. Khan Saladin could be really savage, too. You can do some pretty serious work there. The problem is that garrisons are, like, isn't the garrison just like always going to be like Charles and Constantine or Esong? It's like those three commanders and you switch, your pairings of those. So I don't know. Is positivity not allowed? My other account was timed out for saying you have a profoundly nice speech. I have no clue. Positivity is certainly allowed. Fastest Sal and Khan. Yeah, Sal and Khan is really fast. You could also use Attila as the secondary. They both have 15% march speed. And the upside of Attila is that when attacked, he doesn't slow down like a Khan does. Khan on his second skill, for those of you seeing this commander for the first time or not as familiar with the skills, he gives you a 15% march speed boost when you're out of combat. But, I guess there's a 10% march speed reduction when you're in combat. But that's a 25% swing. So when you're in combat or somebody hits you, you really slow down a lot. Okay. Best rally you can possibly do in Season 1, in my opinion, is Martell and Richard. Yeah. Yeah. Martell and Richard's good. Nice. Maljami saying, yes, became a member recently. Once it became available in my region, and yep, used up as special immigration. Truly appreciate it. Man, we appreciate having you. It'd be interesting to look, by the way, at the rankings for individual power. I wonder how much this has changed. Juggernaut was previously 280 million power. Before this KvK, he was like 140 million power. Juggernaut really is a beast. And a great leader as well, which I really appreciate. It's great to have him here. It looks like up top we've got Gaius as well. And Fizruk, King Talib from our kingdom. And I guess I should read everybody, right? So like Long Night in VPS, Wrathdead in Warpeckers, Aura Master in VPS, Baddest in 258 at 160 million power. That's cool. Hulk, 155 million power, right? So a lot of folks have lost a lot of power. Interesting. Very interesting. Bujan, the commensurate warrior. Gosh bless the commensurate warrior, Bujan. Whitey, Groggy, Buddha. Talking about commitment on the battlefield, by the way. This dude has sent a lot of troops to die. Buddha has committed a lot of troops to die. Huge contributor to Kingdom 75's success. Not gonna lie. All right. Oh man, kills. All this stuff will be really interesting to look at too. Oh my gosh. I wonder how this has changed. Also, this is hilarious. Really? That's the alliance name? How did I not notice that before? Plundering your booty. Yoda Esong came out in the middle of KvK. Yoda? What's Yoda's active skill? Force push? Do or do not? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, we have an Instagram. We're on Instagram. Yeah, we do have an Instagram account. All right, hold on. Hold the phone. Boom. We got to go contribute. Our measly contribution, smacking these little guys over here. I had thought there would be fighting here. It looks like right now there is not. If I just get a look around the map, I don't want to look anywhere like too strategic on our side of the map because I like don't want to accidentally reveal something. I don't even know what that would be. But we have allies over here. And what's happening here? It looks like the folks in 115 own the pass, and our allies have 3 forts that are all healthy. on the defense. Looks like one of them is maybe repairing. Okay. And then our allies over here are inside the pass and solo hitting it. Uh-oh. Bobati is not going to be happy about that report. Oh, my. Uh-oh. Oh, geez. You know, I'll say something about kind of moving your troops around. It could be tempting to target like a pass or a flag of the enemy, to use that to like send your troops out and then you drag and drop to reposition them. But you could end up with sort of the situation here where maybe you're like attacking something and you didn't mean to. In this case, it looks like it is just one player inside of this pass. And so that might have been a reasonable thing to solo, but this one player has probably got a 310 and this player's maybe got a 210 march, and maybe this is a T5 with the Mehmed. We do see somebody hitting this off to the side here. Oof. Wow. I mean, I'm really intrigued. I am quite intrigued. What is in this pass? What is happening here? Wow. I'm a little surprised that the AoE from the pass, it looks like, isn't reaching. Ooh. Spartan City getting around. Throwing shades for the stream. I don't know what's going on here. What in the world? What in the world is going on here? Looks like some stuff's getting rallied. Well, that's interesting. Well, I wonder how that's going. Spartan City. Where are you at, buddy? Huh. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Alright. I gotta send a quick message. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Man. KvK is fun. Let's go look at my march. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Thomas Shelby, member of the channel. Yellow badge, that's like 2 or 3 months as a member, I think. Hey, Chisgule, what are some books that changed your life or just books you believe we can gain value from? Wow. Well, I love that question. Okay, hold on. Never a dull moment. So, books that changed my life. That's so interesting. So, as a kid, and this is lame because I don't think it's really all that life-changing, but my father gave me a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I read that book, and I thought it was good, but it was probably the first book I read as a kid that was about self-improvement, right? Like, up to that point, I was reading Dragonlance and, books about magic and all that kind of crap. But that's probably the first book I read that was about self-improvement. But from there, what are some other books I really enjoyed and influenced me as a person? I can tell you books that I enjoyed reading would be like Brandon Sanderson. I really like Brandon Sanderson and like all the work that he does. And that's, more stories about magic and magic systems. And it's just very, very enjoyable, great character development, interesting world building, all that kind of stuff. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, consider dropping a like onto the stream and subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos. We're hanging out over here for now. We've got 53 minutes at the altar, and we do need to spin the old Wheel of Fortune. Let's get that going. I read 1984, entertaining and has lessons to learn. Another really good book that I find myself not following the advice of as much as I should is How to Win Friends and Influence People. That book is also super, super important, I think. And probably one that I could stand to go and revisit, quite frankly. Sun Tzu's Art of War. Someone says Law of Attraction. Hey Chis, coworkers knows about you being a YouTuber. They play the game also. Lucho, that's a fair question. I have shared with coworkers that I play Rise of Kingdoms. Tyler Comas says, with a $5 super chat, and thank you for that super chat. Hey Chis, in one of your videos, you suggested Caesar and Leo might be interestingly effective. I have not tested it. I have not tested Caesar Leo. I still think it could be kind of interesting, but I don't know if it's good or not. Why did I think it might be interesting? So the Leo, and you bring all infantry, and the Leo is going to give you a health boost, which is really interesting given that Caesar is reducing the damage you take. You're not going to get the benefit of a silence or attack reduction unless there's some other marcher on the field delivering it. So I think that's very important to have somewhere in this mix. I think that 300 Spartans is amazing. Caesar wants more rage to fire off the active skill more. Not a ton of rage, just a bit more so you can get closer to 100% uptime. And I think that this skill does that for you. And then the fact that you're reducing the damage you take and then popping shields, I think is really powerful as an effect. It makes your shields more effective. So I think this honorable sacrifice would be really good. And then, of course, increasing the damage you deal is really interesting. And you could even use this commander to rally a city, although I wouldn't do it. The expertise skill here is really all about having a burst of damage and tankiness, which I think is most insane in a game mode like Canyon. So I think it could be interesting, but I haven't tested it yet. I haven't tested it yet. There's only one real Spartan, says the last Spartan. That's fair. Let's see here. Someone says, I was just about to say that book, Chisgule. Nice. Chisgule, can you answer this question, please? I want to loot someone for attacking our farm alliance, but I want to know how I can do it undetected without it backfiring in a big war. It will backfire in a big war. There will be a report with your name on it. If you retaliate, I promise you it's only going to escalate from there. People love a good reason for a fight in this game. And, the fighting is fun. But at the same time, the fighting is also still fighting. And you're going to lose troops, and that comes at some amount of cost. So you've got some choices to make. Ooh, speaking of choices to make, I choose to hit these things over here, which I swear I can target. Is Leo good? Leo's great in the open field and great in camp. Let's see. Reconnection was successful. Huh. That's pretty weird. We'll see if we can figure this out. Can't say I've ever had this problem before. We're reconnecting and waiting for YouTube Studio. Back. Nice. Huh. F's in the chat. Yeah. That is a mega rip. But we're back. I've never had that happen before. Thank you for welcoming me back. I feel very welcomed and accommodated. So what do I want to do from here? Let's spin the wheel. That is pretty wild. The stream just like I've literally never had that problem. The stream just completely died, and all my other stuff was working. And amazingly, we're back to 300 plus people already, which is awesome. We had dipped down after that from like being near 500 to being at 150 watchers, and we're up to 326 already. Rock lag, Rise of Kingdoms. Oh, hey, I got the 3 spot there. I didn't even notice it, but I definitely got the 3 spot from that, which is awesome. And we get these goodies over here, and you can see right over there the 3 spot is actually grayed out. Well, that was a really good spin. I know, Spartan, it's like the elusive 3 spot, which like there's a 1.5% chance that you can get that. It happens. I know, right? Crazy. All right, we'll keep spinning this wheel here and see where we end up. We got research speed ups, building speed ups, training speed ups, stone, and wood. All right, well, that's been less than awesome. That's been definitely less than awesome. We'll keep this going. Also, I remembered the name of the food I had for dinner. I can't believe I blanked on it. We're almost at 150 likes, so I can definitely answer what did Chisgule have for dinner if we get to 150 likes. And consider subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms videos, where my live stream asks me and is more interested in what I ate for dinner than, I don't know, what to rally with. I got one of those 5 spins today. Nice. No one's spamming. True. Is Sun Tzu and Esong good? Yeah, it's a great combo. That's a great starter combo for your wall. I use that personally in my restart project. Like raid, let's go, says AB to Beast. We're up to 154 likes. So the thing that we had for dinner tonight is tamales. And they were lamb tamales, which were pretty tasty. I hadn't had that before. 3 more legendary commander sculptures is a pretty solid pickup. And the scouting is in. It sounds about right. We're still hanging out here. Our march has taken a pretty significant amount of damage. Maybe we should go heal in the hospital. We've already got some healing going, though. How many troops do we have in here? No, we don't need to heal yet. We don't need to speed that up anyways. Let's rock a few more spins here as we claim our rewards for 40 spins. 8 sculptures is pretty solid. Let's rock out some more spins. Delicious. How do you forget that name? I don't know how I forgot that name. It's been a long day. But all of the craziness from today we'll have in videos in the coming days. We're going to have so much KvK footage. We'll be covering it for quite some time. Let me ask a question, chat. If I made 2 videos a day for Kingdom versus Kingdom, would you want to watch that? Or should it be one longer video? I don't know. Let's rock another 5 spin over here. Holding food hostage for behavior rewards. Oh, man. 19 Richard sculptures and 3 universal legendaries and 15 spins. That seems pretty good. Seems like a good wheel of fortune. We just got 2 24-hour speed ups. Yeah, this spin was great. Everything about this spin was really value. I mean, the food we only sort of need, but I'll take that as a final spin for the day. One last thing I just want to cover. I'm sure you've seen this, but like it took me a minute to figure this out. The way Cerulean Salt works is really weird. This new flavor of Cerulean Salt is really weird. You accumulate these horns over time, and when you have enough, you need 50. You can either do a quick match or a challenge. And the challenge, you need to find your own group, although you can have random people fill it. The quick match, it just starts by finding you a random group. And I find the groups are actually typically the right amount of power to get the job done. Christopher Kren with the CZK20 donation again, asking that Klein bottle in all caps. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. I'll have to Google it afterwards. Might feel pretty weird about it. I guess we'll see. But thank you for that donation. Chisgule, we want a new legendary ranking. As soon as KvK is over, we'll have for you a new legendary ranking. DeBoss's cat is going crazy. Uh-oh. Cats have always been kind of crazy. So the thing that's weird about this Ceroli Assault is that you can redeem rewards over here. And this reward chest you get tickets for, and each ticket gives you a chance at these different rewards. And once you've got all the core rewards, you can swap it out for a new chest that has a new set of core rewards. And in that way, you can kind of make your way through all of the different stuff that's contained in it. I think the key to this event is that the second it goes live, you start to use some of your Ceroli horns. I think the thing that's a little disappointing is that, like, there is a record. You can go for the record, but you only get a couple attempts. So, like, I don't know. We haven't done it. Maybe if we weren't in KvK, we would try for it. And, like, look at that. With our pickup group, I led a pickup group with 5 of my Alliance members, and we still got 76th. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool there is a leaderboard, and congratulations to these folks at the top of the leaderboard for having that super fast time from 1341. All right. How is KvK going in Lost Kingdom 5? Heck of a time. Good gameplay all the way around. That's definitely the case. Speaking of KvK gameplay, I see there's a lot of rallies going on, so I'm inclined to go and participate in that, which means I'm going to have to get into Alliance chat and get really detailed about things that I'm saying and or listening to or participating in. So I think we're going to head out for now, and we'll have tons of KvK videos and footage coming up real soon. So if that's what you're into, consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing for daily Rise of Kingdoms content. We're out for now. You have fun. Smashing the kingdom.